what's up? I am Kat and this is Point Boutique's YouTube channel. On here we talk about buying and selling fashion. If that sounds interesting to you, then please hit that subscribe button and that like button. Let's get started. Today, I want to talk about some things that you might not know about how to read a tag in your clothing. So this could be helpful to shoppers if you shop at thrift stores especially, or on Poshmark or eBay. This is also extremely helpful to sellers. The tag of an item can tell you so much information that can really help you sell a garment. So let's take a look at a couple tags. Here is our tag. So there's a lot of info here that you probably already know, like we've got the Kate Spade logo. This can be a really good way to tell whether you're looking at the real thing or not. Really acquaint yourself with what the actual labels look like. And I'll see if I can find it, but you might just be able to Google this as well. I'm sure there are multiple, but there are some great sites out there that actually show you what logos looked like throughout time. So you can see if this is a legit Kate Spade logo, which in this case it is. But sometimes the spacing between the letters is weird. Sometimes the font is off. Sometimes there's a weird spade where there shouldn't be a spade. Kate Spade only has done it, that company, they've only done it in certain ways. So you can check the authenticity of something in that way. There are some companies that change their tag a lot. One that comes to mind is Forever 21. Forever 21's tags change very frequently. So it makes it really easy to date when the item is from. If you're selling items, this can be particularly helpful because there is generally this period of time where items become less popular. New items are popular, hard to find items are popular, vintage items are popular, items that there's a lot of because people have been wearing them for a couple years and now are selling them, not as popular. The market is so saturated with those items, and anything that can help you when you're in the thrift store choosing items to resell, anything that can help you tell how old the item is if you are not familiar with the item or you're just becoming familiar with the brand, that will help you know. There's some other info that you're probably used to seeing on your tag, the size, right there. And then you'll also have where it is made in. This is something that people care about, and they care about it more and more. I feel like over the past 5 or 6 years, people are much more conscious of where their clothing is being made, either for ethical or social reasons, or because of quality associations that they have with different areas of manufacturing. So being able to tell someone that, or just put it in your listing straight away, or if that's something that matters to you, you know it's on the tag. What's interesting is that this tag has a lot of information right here on this tag. Some garments will have multiple tags throughout, so don't assume that the info is not available just because it's not on the top tag. Keep looking. They hide tags all over the place. You will also most likely see the fabrication of the item, so what the fabric makeup is. This also is becoming very important to people. There are so many synthetic fabrics now that a lot of the clothing on the market is made entirely of synthetic fabrics. Some people have pretty strong opinions about which kinds of fabrics they want to wear. Some people are allergic to different kinds of fabrics. Non-synthetic fabrics, there tend to be quite a few people that are allergic to them because they are often animal products. So listing that or being able to tell your customer that will help you make sales and will help you have happy customers. And if you're shopping for yourself, obviously you know what you're looking for and it's helpful to know where to find it. A lot of times there will be care instructions in here as well, which here we have hand wash in cold water, do not bleach. And it'll give you this whole list of things you should and should not do. This is a pretty comprehensive tag. A lot of times higher end items do have more comprehensive tags because they've put a lot of thought into what the fabrication of the item is. Sometimes items that are more fast fashion or just more affordable garments have become more affordable because of the fabric blend. It's a cheaper blend, or it's a fabric that already existed and the company decided to use it, etc., etc. So sometimes they don't include as comprehensive of care instructions. It can be very helpful if you can provide that to your potential customer or to the person that's already bought the item. This will require some research on your part, either on looking at how you care for your own clothing and how that turns out, or just reading about it and that kind of thing. Taking the guesswork out of care for your customers is super helpful. If they know what they're getting into, if they're the type of person that will not buy anything that cannot be washed and dried in a machine, let them know that in advance. Yes, it might lose you a sale, but it might win you a customer, and a customer is going to potentially make lots of purchases from you, and so that's what you're looking for. So below all of these tags is another tag that you may not look at all that often, and it's got the style number on it. So this specific tag actually says style number followed by the number on it, but a lot of them won't say that. Instead, they might have a number symbol, or they might have S followed by some digits, or they might just have some digits. These are probably the style number. So what can be helpful about the style number is that anything that is this skirt is going to have this same style number. And depending on how different companies do it, so you may run into some variation throughout this, but a lot of companies, if you're looking for this exact thing, it will have this exact number. If this came in other colors, it will have close to this number, but maybe with a couple different numbers at the end. Depending on the company, the different digits refer to different things. So they may refer to the year it was made, the month it was made, the color, the style, etc. And so for each company, as I said, it can be slightly different. So unfortunately, I can't give you a one size fits all right now, but you can learn a lot from this style number. Additionally, on this tag, they also say what lot it is. So lot 1. Within a collection or within a decade of collections, you are going to have some items that may be made by a designer or company multiple times. Something like a lot number could come in handy. Sometimes people are looking for very, very specific things, and when that is a white button-down shirt or black dress pants, it can be really hard for them to tell. And honestly, it can be really hard for you to tell. So having something that is numerically written out, that if you can compare and have explained to them, have them compare what's in their ideal pair of pants to the pair of pants that you're selling, you can let them know if it is from the same season, etc. So let's take a look at another item that is just from my closet. And this one, this is a J. Crew shirt. What's interesting about this is that you can actually tell that this is from the J. Crew outlet, J. Crew factory, because of these two little dots right here. So those two dots, a lot of outlets will have dots, or they'll have some sort of like punctuation kind of mark above or below their logo. So it's actually a part of their logo, and that will be on the tags, on the hang tags attached to the item, or it will be in the tag sewn in. So on this, I know that J. Crew made a version of this, and then J. Crew Factory also made a version of this. So same stuff is on the other tag, shows us the size, shows us where it was made, and then there are care instructions in here as well. So we've got the care instructions, tells me all about how it's 100% cotton. I should machine wash cold. Very exciting. And then here we have got a style number, and then below the style number we have FA which means that this comes from the fall collection of 2015. So some companies are really good about putting that in there. J. Crew is one of them. A lot of the brands that you would shop at the mall, most of their tags, you'll be able to see the season and the year that item came from. So this is one reason why when you're a reseller, when you're out at the thrift store, if something has all of its tags removed, that makes it a pretty risky item to sell, unless it's really obvious to you what it is. The worst is when people remove the size tag. Don't do that. It's the worst. Because people should go off of measurements, but they're a little attached to size. So it's hard to sell something, and it's hard to pick a size. But the more tags it has in it at the thrift store, the better it is for you to buy to resell. The more likely you'll be able to really describe it accurately and answer your potential buyer's questions. So I challenge you to go to your own closet, take a look at some of the tags that maybe you have not looked at before. See if you can figure out what year they're from and what collection they're from. Is this from spring? Is this from fall? Most things tend to be from spring or fall, but a lot of companies will have a separate holiday line that they put out, and some will actually have 4 or 5 seasons throughout the year. All of these will tend to be abbreviated on the tag by 1 or 2 letters. But when you see those 1 or 2 letters followed by numbers that seem like a date, it's probably what it is. And see what other info you can find on your tags that you haven't looked at before. I also challenge you, as you look through those tags and you see the fabrication, start to link in your mind, if you haven't already, what certain fabrications feel like and look like and how you care for them, because it is extremely important in keeping your wardrobe looking nice, but also if you are selling, letting people know how to care for something, caring for it before you sell it to them, etc. And that is all for today. We will see you next week. Bye. Also, if you love cute shoes, consider checking out my boutique over at www.shoppointboutique.com. I'll have a coupon for you in the box below. Additionally, come check me out on social media. I am on Poshmark, Instagram, Facebook. I have a business Instagram and a personal Instagram on which I post my daily outfits. So come say hi on either or both of those, and we'll see you next week.